Hey Biscuiteers, Fuchsia here. So today we're going to play a Shadow deck that's not Evo Shadow. So the story goes that I wanted to play Shadow for a quest, and I didn't want to play Evo Shadow because I don't like mirrors. And there's a bunch of Evo Shadow right now. So Ginsetsu, new card, pretty good. A lot of last words, a lot of damage, a lot of protection. Chaotic Doom, okay card, gives more last words, gives shadows for Ginsetsu. Effects can be really good, can be really clutch. So, very good. Of course, Krampus, also new card. Death Cat Reaper, new card. Spirit Invasion, new card. You can play Celeste instead of it. And Hellish Banquet. Also, you can play Celeste or like a third Chris instead of it or something. TLDR, I won against some Shadows, some Evo Shadows, and lost against a lot of Evo Shadows. And I'm gonna show you a few games showcasing this deck and the profile, how it works and stuff. In 1 second. Let's go, transition. Alright, so the first match I wanted to show was against, of course, Evo Shadow. That's what you came here to see. How does this deck stack up against Evo Shadow? Well,
the end of time.
usually it's the same thing, right? Like every deck right now, if Evo Shadow draws well and plays well, you basically can't win against them. But I can show you what you can do to maximize your chances of winning them, how you can actually win against them, or at least how I managed to win against some of them. So here we go, Luna, and Omen Siren here. I was ready to play the Luna's Doll or the Sekka, but Tyrant is always good. Now I don't want to leave this on board, so it's good that I top deck Death Cat because I can just play that. Basically destroy this. It's nice that it's just targeted, but honestly it's also one of its weaknesses. If it was random, it could have hit ambush and stuff like that, you know. So yeah, I was a bit worried about the thing down here, but they decided to just trade it in themselves, so I'm fine with that. You know, now we can play a bit passively, playing the Link stuff here. And I drew a Chaotic Doom, so I just play it because it is a one play point, last words. Remember, it's not burial right, it's actually a last words, it counts as last words, and it produces 2 shadows. And the extra effect is a cherry on top, it doesn't really mean anything. And then next turn they place Chernunas, and you know what happens next, right? The Susie comes out, nothing she can't handle, and then here it comes, the Susie comes out, Guiding Beringer here, trades in, we draw the card,
What's this?
and then this happens, we pop, and Psycho Bomb here, good that we have it because now we can just sack the Lurking Corpse. And we get a pretty good target here. The reason I play a Luna here is because I want to remove that Susie, but if we play Chaotic Doom, that would be a bit too much gacha, and we won't be able to remove the Guiding Barrier Angel anyways. So even though I really want to play Retracing the Past on Psychopomp and Luna, I decided to just Evo the Luna and use the spell to remove the Bellringer instead, to clear fully so that they can't leverage their board for any more plays with Susie and stuff in the future. We have a Solemn Gravekeeper here, that's good to answer the board, and of course a Shao. The Shao reanimates Susie like usual, and then he removes the 4/4 with the Solemn Gravekeeper. Pretty okay plays here. No super high roll Raider, which is good for us, but they do clear our board, and now we have a big board to contend with. Now I have a few options here. I can Guiding Bellringer and trade into this and play something else alongside it, Retracing the Past and stuff like that. But I wanted to remove both of these, and I wanted to leave as small a board as possible, so that the Raider does not have too many targets. So instead, I just play the Chaotic Doom, gamble on the effects, and hope that I get some good effects. Trading here, I was thinking about evoing it, but I decided not to because I feel not leaving enough targets for Raider is way too important. They try to make a big board here and play Skeleton Rider. And yeah, not an amazing haul, to be honest, getting an extra Evo point. But at least we survive, right? And we're at 11. And I pull another Chaotic Doom, and at this point I'm really like, yeah, how can we beat this unless we like remove like Skeleton Raider? So I just play the Chaotic Doom, pray in my heart, and play Retracing the Past. Retracing the Past obviously gives them a lot more heals to help me survive. Trade into the Bell Ringer, and then I Evo this so that it survives and it removes the Raider here. Now, if they had another 7th Flippant Raider or something like this turn, it would be really bad for me. But fortunately, it doesn't seem like they do. So they trade here, and I got. That was not the most amazing get there, but it's fine. And I got one heal there. Trying to do as much damage as possible here, and they do summon a Skeleton Raider in the end. And then we just get damage, but fortunately we get the heal. Very clutch. Instead of like 3 HP or something, we're at 8 now, which is marginally safer. Now I had the consideration of playing Ginsetsu here, but to be honest, Ginsetsu would have just been a Skeleton Raider target anyways. And at 9, she's actually very good for the heals and the potential like damage. So instead, I just play a Guiding Barrier here, because my hand is quite big. So I wanted to trade into the Skeleton Raider, but I top decked this instead, so I just play it. And now suddenly they have like 3 cards, 4 cards in hand, and I have a lot of cards and these cards in the field. Unfortunately, it is Evo Shadow, so they still have a lot of leverage here, and they do a bunch of damage to me here. First by destroying that, and now by like the Skeleton Raider. Like the Storm can just go to my face. Fortunately, their top decks were not amazing here, so all they could do was like finish off this and like deal a bit of damage to me. I'm at 2 HP here, but to be honest, you know, I play Ginsetsu here. To be honest, this is kind of a wrong play. I think the optimal play, if I had planned it to trade the whole time, would have been to like trade into the Skeleton Raider first and then play the Ginsetsu. That way I have like 2 extra heals. But I was thinking still about like going face, but at the end of the day, like Skeleton Raider is too dangerous to like leave up. So even though I could set up lethal, I decided to like just trade in, because the thing is they use so many Cernunos and Skeleton Raiders that I feel like they're almost out. So instead of like trying to win now, I try to like resource them out. And here you see they try to finish with Grimnir, but they kind of fail because Ginsetsu summons the 1-tailed foxes, which is very good, and they even like protect me from Suzy here. And then they play a campus, which is bad for us, like 1 ping. And then because it's been like 10 turns, Chris is definitely active. So I decided to do this. If I wanted to like set up lethal, I could have played a Gagero, but to be honest, at this point my game plan was more to like starve them of resources, and to do that, I played 2 Link Staffs, and instead of going face, I just traded into their board, trade to their Suzy, trade into their Grimnir. This way I get buffed up wards with like a threat to go face after this with 7 attack. And I get to remove the board too. Of course, they still have quite a few answers, but the thing is, they're at 6 shadow. They're at 6 cards left. They have like a limited amount of like resources left in their hand, so they try a last minute Gimnir, try to like kill me from 7, but they fail. And next turn I have lethal, so they just give up. And that's how you win, by the clutch chaos. Alright, so you saw the Shadow Mirror against Evo. Now we will see how it fares against other decks. Coincidentally, this is one of the top decks early on in the expansion, Forestcraft. So we'll see. I keep all of these cards because they're all good early game cards. Chaotic Doom, even though you kind of feel like it's not a great early game card, it's actually pretty good because it's an early like 1 play point last words, which is pretty good for Chris, and you want to turbo Chris, especially against Forestcraft. And here we see I just play a Kakero here, just because I want to like maximize my play points and put on some pressure. And so they play a Phantom Loom here to like contest board, and I didn't want them to keep like Forestcraft. It's kind of dangerous for you to let them to keep like followers with effects on board. So I just play a Ding Dong here, play a Luna's Doll, and then trade. Even though it's not effective to trade that, like you would want to like have 3 shadows before you trade that, but I decided to just let it go. Here Ding Dong does its job, we are spared from the burn, and then we can play a bit passively here, so I play a Link Staff, and Retracing the Past so that Luna is also last words. Retracing the Past, by the way, is such a clutch card, and I've tried a deck, a variant of that deck without it, and even though like the last words were like, even though like you can play more like techie cards, like for example Celeste Omega and stuff like that, the thing with Retracing is that it's not only gives like something like Luna last words where previously it hasn't. It also like is clutch heal, and you need a lot of heal in this deck, I've noticed actually, because otherwise you just like get bodied by burn decks. That's the problem, right? And here, this is a burn deck technically, and here is Arya. Pretty good here. Fairy Wisp into the barrier, and then trade into the 3/3. My draws are pretty okay here.
What's this?
So the next turn, I just decided to play Otherworld Gatekeeper, and because I have 3 chaotic teams, I just decided to like, okay, let's just turbocharge the Chris, and this one high rolls. I don't have to trade to that. Very cool. This one gets face, which is okay, not the best, not the worst. And I go face. And now because we played those 1 play point last words, we're already at 6. And these are 4 last words, so now they remove it. If we draw Chris, the Chris will be active. Actually, Chris at the moment is kind of like, active consistently on turn 6. So yeah, it's very important to get him on turn 6 though, because especially against decks like Forestcraft or like against other shadows. Because otherwise he'd be a bit too late. Fortunately, I do top deck him here, so I just play it. I play a Deathclad Reaper just to like protect it, and I play a Naive with the Chris just as like a deterrent, you know, because then they can't like trade into it. And then here they try their best and to clear it, play the Sekka. To be honest, I don't know what they were thinking in this play. I kind of feel they should have evoed like. They have 10 here. I'm not sure what they were trying to do here, to be honest. But at the end of the day, they had to like spend a lot of resources to clear this board. The Alberta was a bit weird. The fact that they played Amatas now was a bit weird instead of like using Sekka to like, remove this. I am not sure what happened there, but yeah, maybe they thought like that they have enough for the Amatas board clear. Not sure, but they didn't choose to like trade. So here we just play Luna, and maybe they're okay with it because they have lethal next turn, and like this doesn't present. Actually, this kind of presents lethal. I'm not sure. I guess they like are confident enough with the Amatas that they don't think we can lethal from this, especially because it can't be destroyed. So they think we'll have to trade into it. Even though there's lethal on board. They think we don't have enough like resources to also evo it, you know, to get the extra damage. Unfortunately for them, the roll gets us damage. So again, Chaotic being the ace in the hole, man. This card is great. Alright guys, well those were the games. So yeah, against Shadow, against Evo Shadow, really, like all decks, you kind of like, if they high roll or if they like play their best, kind of can't fight them. Against other decks, this is quite decent. You'll have to like play kind of like smart though, because sometimes it's just a bit hard to like keep up with them, like especially like Wardhaven and stuff. Ginsetsu definitely helps. Like the 5 play point follower is quite a threat if they don't remove it. And then like the 9 play point one ignores ward, has storm, ward drain, and like is presents like a board. You have to remember all the effects here because you can actually just play this on 9 against like a Holy Saber and go face, and then against like a Holy Saber turn, like the enemy like presents a Holy Saber, you just go face. You can like heal up, and then you can have like a bunch of like one-tailed foxes, which is a better like deal than just like a normal storm. It would have been better if she cleared the enemy's board too, but what can you do? This is already quite powerful. Chaotic Doom. It seems like a meme, but it's actually like I guess it's still a meme, but like it's actually quite useful, and like you get the effect you want more often than you think, because especially when you play it for 6, most of these things are good. And if you play it for 1, it's like a shadow and a last words because it's not burial, right? And that's the shadow helps you again for Gin, and the last words helps you for Chris. So you get Chris consistently at turn 6, which is very good. And on top of that, you also have Deathcut Reaper, which is just a good 2/2 with like a good last words, and it like it's an okay removal. Sometimes I wish it wasn't targeted actually, because I want to remove something that's like an ambush, but otherwise it's a pretty good card. I just play Spirit Invasion here to have like surprise lethal or like an emergency removal, but you can play Celeste here. Celeste is better for like artifacts and sometimes even like ward and stuff, and like of course forest, and of course there's also a Hellish Banquet, which is okay. I just use it because it's fast for effective last words, but you can play something else too. All in all, pretty decent deck. I think this is a pretty good deck. It's just been overshadowed by Evo Shadow, understandably. I do think it's essential for you to keep cards like Retracing in here though. Like the heal really does matter. And right now it's just hard to like get super high win streaks and like super consistent wins against like the shadow dominated meta. So all in all, I think this is a pretty good deck, and after Evo Shadow gets nerfed, maybe it'll be the premier Shadow deck. So that's all from me, guys. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you loved it, give me a sub. And when I say that, I mean that, because I feel like I saw the statistics, and I know YouTubers who say this are like the worst, but I saw in my statistic like 70% of you guys aren't subbed, and if you would like to help me grow a bit, please subscribe. So yeah, anyways, have a great day, Biscuiteers.